Okay, now I had a couple of failures in recording a video, and I'm trying to focus now on what I'm gonna do in this one and what my general intention would be. Okay, we have some daily results now. There are 2 days played now, 16th of June, it's 4 hours till kickoff, 3.5 hours till kickoff of the next game. We had Russia playing Saudi on the 14th, and yesterday Egypt, Uruguay, and Iran, Morocco, and Portugal, Spain. And I'm gonna run a simulation, and I tried out 1,000 simulations, okay? One simulation run, not a single one, as I did a couple of times just for fun. Now, what I would like to do is to see how the chances develop for the teams to promote. Who would know? I mean, you can check the prices at the market, how it's developing, but was the 3-3 good for any of the teams who was between Portugal and Spain? Who was profiting from that? Of course, Iran with a late winner with an own goal for against Morocco. And okay, so anyway, it's not easy to assess whether or not that's doing any of the teams any good. And as the results are coming in also other groups or other teams are affected by that. Because if Portugal or Spain are having trouble to go through, then other teams might have an easier opponent in the next round. So they might have Iran, for example, from group the parallel group. I don't really know at the moment. Actually, I'm not checking this now. So they might have an easier path to glory. So any result will have an effect. Of course, the simulation is always having some random deviations it's producing, but still one might find out a certain effect still, especially if it exceeds the percent range, if it's going up to 5% or things like that, that would become obvious. And of course, every single team is affecting its own chances with any incoming result. And to make that happen for the next days to come, I would like to update that every day. And I have to go back this one day. And as we can see here, this is the results have not been entered yet. And I'm gonna do that in a minute. Egypt, Uruguay not entered, Morocco, it says no in this column here. But we're gonna enter it. So if I run a simulation now, then this one, it's 1,000 simulations, and I'm gonna start it now. And while I'm doing so, this is with just the one single result entered between Russia and Saudi. And which I failed in. I was trying to make one yesterday and compare it with a pre-tournament simulation, but somehow it didn't work. So we'll start rather yesterday. Of course, Russia improved its chances, but you wouldn't see that because we can't compare that. But of course, there are chances to go further. I remember they won the title 16 times, I think, last time. So we can compare that. It should be more than 16 times. With a 5-0, it does them some good. They are also upgraded, and I will show you in a minute how this works in their evaluation, because a 5-0 is a good result, and so on. So we'll see that. And reporting the games, I don't have enough time now, but I might whenever I come by. But of course, who made a good impression so far? I mean, Russia, that 5-0, it does not really matter that much. But of course, the euphoria and so on. So they are ignited by that, or whatever that would be. And Portugal and Spain played an excellent game, but you can always say, well, as soon as games are getting more exciting in some sense, right? It's more like football than when the lights are beaming down and so on. Anyway, I'm gonna but they still both made a very good impression. But to me, Spain was the by far, of course, the better side. And I mean, Portugal, they got Ronaldo and so on, but they were good too. But Spain, they proved to me they fielded the oldest squad ever fielded, I think, in a World Cup. But you could feel this experience. Everyone knew what he was doing. And well, actually, they should have won the game, but it was still fun, and they got enough other chances. Okay, I'm gonna export these results now, and actually, okay, I'll overwrite this one, and it's done already, and we should forget these results. There's something didn't go so well. I'm gonna overwrite all these results here, and I had a wrong folder here. Well, this is what I just exported. I mean, we could still compare, but you see here already that Russia are doing a lot better. And they won the 16 times. 16 times they did win, now it's 20 times. Well, I mean, it's not that easy still to win the title, but you could still say it's significantly more. Well, 20 is more than 16. This is before yesterday's results. This is after Russia. I'm going to close this one because I'm going to overwrite this one in a minute as well, after the results have been entered. And now all these things we can forget about. We just want to see this impact here, and you will understand in a second. Okay, now this is... Okay, and I'm gonna sort these on the true price of going through to the round 16. Okay. Now we got France as the big favorites. Why would this be? Because most likely they got the easiest group, which is the group they play in, because... Oh yeah, they got Australia, Peru and Denmark. So they have an easy group. I mean, Germany also have a pretty easy group with Mexico, Sweden and South Korea. But maybe, yeah, France, it can be random result too, but somehow... And Spain had been almost as likely as Germany, but of course, obviously a stronger group. Not for the other two teams, not for Iran, Morocco, but for Portugal. And neither of France or Germany have anyone like of this size, of this quality. Brazil, they got Costa Rica, Serbia and Switzerland, and maybe Serbia and Switzerland, they are a bit better than Iran, Morocco, for example, or South Korea, Sweden. Yeah, I mean, they can still be random deviations. Anyway, this is what I wanted to point out. And obviously Russia, they were, oh, you know, this is after they won, so it's 84%, so still some chance for them, because they are not as strong as the others are. But you can see here, and of course the title, it's the same thing. It's pretty close here. Spain still favorites. With this is the pay price, because I always calculate this one as well. So if I were a bookmaker, so to say, of course, for the very unlikely teams to win the title, you would have to make up your mind yourself. So pay 500, pay 1,000, whatever you like. You're not in this much jeopardy with that, or not. No, yeah. Not. But here it's Brazil actually winning a few more titles than Spain. How often did it happen? Well, we can't see here. We can just say in percent. Anyway, 20.5%, that's more than 18.8%. Why this happened? Well, we can't be too sure. It's not because Brazil are the better side. It's maybe for the road to the final, which is a bit easier, which I can't, we had to check a lot to work that out. Oh yeah, they are facing, they are facing Germany in some cases, which is not doing them that good, but well, I don't know, it's too complex. So anyway, these are the results before they, after Saudi lost 0-5, obviously their chances significantly went down, which we can't compare now. Here's still my ranking. I could close this or at least make it lower. I have Spain, France, Brazil, Germany a bit behind. Argentina, Belgium. Okay, well, we remember that. Now, this is the simulation. Now, this doesn't matter at all. I'm going to overwrite it here and we can compare with these values. So we can check the impact of the results from yesterday. And so this is finished. I'm going to enter the results now. As you can witness, we remember, because I enter the minute as well, and we remember it had been in the minute 89 that Uruguay. Now what we can see here is the development. It's well, yeah, you can't see it maybe, but Egypt had been 0.843 before the result came in, and now it's 0.836. So well, they lost a bit, but only narrowly. So this was rather like an expected result. And if you saw the game, you would say Uruguay did deserve it, and the pressure was mounting. And Egypt were okay. They played without Salah, so up front maybe lacking some power. But Uruguay just they built that pressure, and this is how games are being decided nowadays. They try until the end, and at some point, they are moving forwards and forward, and at some point they're gonna break the defensive. Not the case in Morocco, Iran, where Iran won and scored the goal after 95 minutes. I'm gonna enter 90. That's all. I could do 95, but it makes no difference. I count them all the same if it's after 90 minutes. It's 90 plus. Okay, it was 90 plus 4. So this I do not remember. I might 4 minutes with a 1-0 and so on. 44 for them. But that's why I got this here. And I'm gonna shrink these. I mean, you wouldn't need to see me, but okay, you can still see the way I work here. And Portugal, and the other one was 90. Oh no, it was 88, sure. And Spain, when did they score? After 24, after 55, and then instantly this wonderful shot from Jordi Alba, who was doing it. Anyway, this was the result. No, I didn't show the development. Anyway, most likely, yeah, Spain a little harmed by that. Well, we could still compare, as we have this here. We have to look at the quotient. So this is now 2.646 and it had been 2.78. So they lost a tiny little bit, and Portugal won a tiny little bit from 1.54 up to 1.568. So it was a good result for Portugal, obviously. Anyway, this one, now the results have been entered, and now we can start another simulation run. Now these three are set on yes, yeah, entered, result is in. Now we can make a new run 1000 times, and in the meantime I'm a bit confused now, and I also recorded a lot, and I was talking a lot, so I can't even remember what I said here or there. And what did I talk about? The Spain and Portugal, excellent game. Spain were better. Uruguay, they won, deservedly won. Iran won with some luck, and actually this game, I mean, it was a good game actually, and they are asking for those tacklings, and they say, well, well, yeah, they took it seriously, but they are like enemies in political trouble between them. So this was reflected on the pitch as well. So there were some bad tackles actually, and plenty of interruptions. So yeah, it was a lucky win, of course. The better side, but just slightly, the first 20 minutes went to Morocco, but from then on, Iran did quite well. Oh, did I? Oh no, I closed it. I have to run it again, sadly. Okay, so I can go on talking about this. Egypt, of course, with the Mann, ne, wirklich, ich könnte irre werden. Ja, es geht halt nicht. Egypt without Salah. Okay, they were just actually trying to get that 0-0 across the finishing line. It wasn't to be, but somehow, of course, Uruguay proved they are a good side, and they had some very good chances before that late winner, but still it did come naturally. It was a well-deserved goal, well-merited win for Uruguay. Okay, we're through now, so I actually... Okay, now I gotta export it instantly, and I'm overwriting this one, and we're through already. Can open this. Okay. Now I'm gonna copy these results into this file actually. This is to get this comparison, right? I keep this one and I try to do it like that every day from now on. And this is called simulation 3 and this is called simulation 2. For some reason I just yeah, I numbered them. And now here the results for how far do they go. This is just same figures that are up here, but I just extracted the ones I needed. Now I'm gonna enter the values here, and I'm gonna sort it again, and we should have similar results for those teams. And they are obviously similar. 96.1, and as I said, that's some random deviation occurring in a simulation, right? It's nothing to do with any results. It's just what happened. 1.04, it had been 1.06 and now it's 1.05, 1.05. So no big difference between France group and Germany group, and they just well, they got 95% around, or a bit more, something like that. Spain, well, yeah, they obviously lost a bit. Well, they didn't lose this much, but they lost like, yeah, 2% of their huge chances, but they got two easier games to come. Brazil didn't lose anything. Of course, Uruguay won a lot. They had been on 80.6% and now they are on 93.3%. So this was obviously a major move, so to say, right? And you can compare that. Okay, and so they gained like 13% or 12.5% or something like that. So you see that Russia, I mean, you see here, this is Uruguay now, and this is Uruguay where they were. So 80.6 and now 93.3%. Thought about making some diagrams, but I want to keep it short now. Enough trouble with that. Russia didn't change at all. 85 point. Yeah, well, it did change a little bit. Yeah, the other result was okay for them, was it? Yeah, okay. You still see some small impact from that result, because the result of Uruguay-Egypt had not been entered yet. So that seemed to be doing them some good. Would, by intuition, what would you say? Would it do them any good? Well, it's hard to, you can hardly. Well, the outsider chances went down, obviously, but Uruguay, well, they are not standing in the way. I do not know. I do not fully understand. Iran should have gained some chances, of course. They had been on 8.9%, and now it's 24.1%. So they gained a lot, of course, with this late goal. Morocco should have lost 30.2%. They had been, and now it's 4.2%. Obviously, that was the easiest opponent, and they should have won it, or at least not lose the game. Egypt, for example, 33.8%, down to 19.9%. So any result does have its impact. And if you compare, I'm not going to do this now because I'm a bit, you can do that and compare it at the market. But here you can see that the true prices and developed from, should have been 2.96 or 2.65 price to pay, and now it's 5.03. Still, of course, you could bet Egypt if you get more than that. And okay, any other teams affected by that? Well, we could still try and compare the title race and just stick to the top sides, maybe. France, 4.5 or 19.2, 17.1. Well, their chances did get a bit better. Why would this be? Well, Uruguay went up 2.7%. It had been 1.7%. Obviously, Uruguay won some chances, 1% for the title, right? For the others, it doesn't make this much sense to me. But sometimes it's some hidden in the follow-up in the games to come that could have the influence. It can also be some random deviations. But Spain, what did it do to their chances? Maybe not a lot. Oh yeah, it did a little bit. It had been 18.8, now it's 15.8. So this result had not been perfect for them. Yeah, okay, so we can see this influence from the results coming in, and I'm gonna try to do that again tomorrow so we can see more developments. And maybe I'm gonna do this graph thing and see how chances go on, but I might skip it as well. Anyway, it's I hope you can take something from that and it helps you a little, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm a bit nervous now because, yeah, I've done too much work with that and too much trouble. So I'm gonna leave you with that, 25 minutes, that's fine. Hope you enjoy it and come back tomorrow and we'll have another one. Thanks a lot. Bye.